Okay, now here we are going to look at one of the things that I think is very signature about this song. We're going to look at the little blues funk thing that goes on where you go. Okay, so what's happening here? Let's break it down. Well, the left hand is just going ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Pretty simple, really, all the way through. What you're going to do, here's middle C. I need you to go an octave below that. And then I need your thumb to be on an F below that. And your pinky on the F below that. Now, I'm on a 76 key keyboard, so there is no E flat down here for my pinky to go to. There are two things that you can do. If you're playing on an 88 key and you really want to do octaves, then the technique, the fingering you're going to want to use is fourth finger and thumb on E flat, only an octave below this, and then to pinky and thumb. That's the best technique. It may seem a little backwards, but that'll allow you to flow a lot better than if you go pinky to pinky. It's okay. I mean, I'm not the fingering police, so you can do it how you want, but that's really the best technique you can use. But what I actually do, and what I think is equally effective, and probably quite often what Billy Joel does, is just to only play one E flat with your index finger here, and then just come down on the octave Fs like that. So the counting 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So that's kind of, if you're counting it in 4/4 time and you're doing the tempo at 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. You know, and then of course if you want to get into the little thing that he's going, you can snap on the every other one, so it's okay. Now when you come in on this part, here's where you're at. Middle C, you're on an A flat above that with your thumb, and an A flat above that with your pinky. In between, you're on a C and an E flat. So it's this chord. It's basically, it's an A flat major chord on the first one, because you're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so just on the one count, you play this A flat chord, and then you leave these two fingers, your index and your middle finger, in the same place, and slide down off those A flats onto an A natural, turning it into what ends up being an F dominant 7 chord. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So on 1 you hit the A flats, and then and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, then again. On the fourth time through, it's 1 and 2 and then you go to 3. On the count of 3, you go to a G minor chord. G, B flat, D, and G. 3 and you go to a B flat chord. F, B flat, D, and F. and 4 and. So again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and on 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play both hands kind of slow and just kind of let you watch it and hear it a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Okay, let me see if I can slow that down a little bit farther yet. 3. I find this easier to play it at tempo than it is to slow down, but the main thing is, I know what's going to happen is a whole bunch of you are going to ask, how do I get the hands to sync up? I am really sorry to be the guy to say this to you, but practice. I'm sorry. One day your brain will snap to and it'll understand how to put them together. This is 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. You know, and you can certainly try getting the complication of having to play certain keys out of there and just try to get your hands to go. If you can get the rhythm down, 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2. If you can get that down, you probably will be able to do it a little easier on the piano, but it's just something you have to keep working with. You know what parts of the count each one belongs on. Just keep trying, and I promise if it's not already coming to you, your brain will get the message at some point and it will snap together. But it can be frustrating. I understand. I go through the same things anybody else does when I'm trying to learn something new on the piano and the hands don't want to sync up. But I promise you that with enough repetition, it will figure it out. So, I wish I had something more insightful to tell you about it, but I don't. So, forgive me. But anyway, I'm just going to play it slow a few more times so you can get the message here, and then we'll move on to the next section. 3, 4. just go, really you can kind of do that as much as you want, but if you want to follow the recording, then when you come out of so you just go through that thing twice, and you go through this 1, 2, 1, 4. So you play that ba-dum-bum 8 times before you come in here, and then you go through the whole pattern of twice, and then you're ready to start the verse, and that's what we're going to get into in the next section. So I'll see you there.